The mine obviously will allow workers to go and mine ore like it's Minecraft. I wish we had some children we could send in there, because you guys know that what's better than mining for ores in dangerous underground settings than like 11-year-olds, you know? Hey guys, Aaron from the Ballpit here, back with a new series called Planetbase. I was inspired by Splattercat, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, because I had gone back and watched his old Planetbase series, and it was like, ooh, I have this game, I like this game, I want to play this game. So we're gonna be making Ballpit Space HQ. We're gonna go right there. So the way this game works is you have a number of colonists with different jobs landing on a planet with some robots to help, and our goal is to create a space base, a planet base one could say, on this new planet in order to survive and thrive. We're becoming a colony on another planet, akin to Elon Musk, that idiot, sending people to Mars or whatever, or to one of those other planets that are supposed to, like one of those planets that's supposed to be like Earth and like galaxies away or whatever, to start a new colony. That's what we're doing. So if you see these people here, they have different colors on their uniforms. Oh, a meteor's already landed. That's due to a number of different jobs that people can have, which is we can get into a bit later, but we gotta hurry. There's no pausing, and we have to do a bunch of stuff before night. So we're gonna put an airlock there so people can go inside, and then we're gonna put an oxygen generator because breathing is important. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I like how this is gonna go. And then we're gonna get a water extractor, because oxygen is, you know, I don't know actually why. I guess you need water to like drink and stuff. I think you need water to make the oxygen too, so I don't know how that works. But, you know, I don't know the science. It's too futuristic for me. Allow it. We're gonna get a solar panel. And we're gonna get a battery. Alright. Meteors are already hitting, man. It's gonna get crazy. So yeah, we're on this big red planet, kind of akin to Mars. And our goal is to just survive and see what we can kind of do here. How do I do that? I can adjust the speed. Yeah, I can just plus button. Oh, keypad plus button. There we go. Okay. So we can speed up the game and slow down the game here. Get things going. We need the solar panel up sooner rather than later. Yep, go. And then we need this battery up too. Alright, cool. Everything that we have built is set up. Now, we're going to take the time and we're going to put a canteen in. A canteen is where we obviously eat, and then we're going to put a dorm in so people can sleep. Pretty much the way I'm setting this up right now is I just want to get stable, and then we can go about figuring out what's the most optimal base layout and stuff like that. But we need the stuff to live first, so that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. So yeah, let's speed this up. We got the canteen that will be for all of our food, and then the dorm so people can go to sleep. Okay, a dorm has been built. So that's going to happen every time you make a new building. They're going to get low on oxygen because, you know, they have to bring oxygen to the new building. Alright, so we're going to take the tops off the buildings here. We're going to add beds. So I think we start just with 2 beds. We only have 7 colonists, I believe. There's no need to waste our bioplastic. Yeah, so the two main resources in this game are metal and bioplastic. And that's what kind of makes all the stuff. Then obviously you have meals and stuff related to that. Medical supplies in case we get hurt. And then spares are in case something gets broken, we gotta fix it. So in the canteen, we're gonna need a number of stuff. First thing we're gonna need is a meal maker. Obviously, so meals can be made. Then we're gonna get a table. Put that right there. We want a water fountain so people can, you know, drink water. And then we're gonna get a TV screen so people have something to do. Those are all important things, believe it or not. And once that is set up, we have all the stuff we need for basic survival. There you go. Bunk has been built. So yeah, it's a bit of a slow process bringing everything in because the airlock only allows one at a time. Man, there's a lot of whatchamacallit, meteors flying around. But okay, we got the stuff needed for basic survival taken care of. And nighttime's almost over, and now we can switch into the next day. Now, these are terrifying. Now that this has happened, I think we need to get started on some of the stuff we need to, like, not die. So we've taken care of the stuff we need to not die right now, like this very moment in time. But we need to figure out the stuff to not die in a couple days. First thing we're going to need is a biodome. A small biodome for now. This biodome is... oh, survival reached. One day after landing, your people are still alive. Huzzah! We've made it. We've not died out within one day. What a... what is that? What am I trying to say? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's late. It's late, alright? It's late for me. It's like 10 p.m. And for some of you, you're like, oh, that's not late at all. It's late for me, okay? But anyway, so the biodome is where we grow plants. So as I said, these people have different jobs. The workers are mainly focused on manual labor and especially making and ensuring we have metal and bioplastic. Engineers are in charge of the robots and building. Biologists are in charge of the plants and other food-related tasks. And obviously medics are in charge of making sure that everybody in the colony is healed when they get sick or injured. And then the fifth class you can have are guards. We'll be getting those later, and they deal with the security of the colony, because eventually you're allowed to do stuff like get visitors are allowed to be here. And so when that happens, you want to make sure you have guards in case they try to take over your colony. All right, we have a biodome. So in the biodome, you can have a number of plants. For right now, we're going to want starchy plants, fast production and high maintenance. We're going to want food, and we want starches. Starches are important for building bioplastic. So we want to get the stuff set up so we can make metal and we can make bioplastic. So to make bioplastic, you essentially need starch from these plants, and then they can be made in the processing plant. Yes. But we also need stuff to make metal. So to do that, we're going to need a mine. Attach the mine right here. The mine obviously will allow workers to go and mine ore like it's Minecraft. I wish we had some children we could send in there, because you guys know that what's better than mining for ores in dangerous underground settings than 11-year-olds, you know? But yeah, mine ores, and then you can take the ore and turn it into something else. Now that we have the thing set up for the raw material, we need to be able to change them into useful material. So to do that, we're going to make a processing plant. Once we get started on that, we have the baseline stuff needed for mid-length survival, if that makes sense. It's all moving pretty fast. It's all moving pretty fast, but that's all right. Okay, we got the mine set up. We got the plant set up. You see there's biologist right there. That's at the P pad, making sure everything's good. That sounded very, very close. I did not like the sound of that, but we're all right for now. So, yeah, so our electricity is going down because the only thing we have for power is solar panels. The only two things you can even have for power are solar panels and wind turbines. Wind turbines are good, but if the wind strength is down, you're not going to get anything. If it's higher, you're going to get something. I like solar panels because they're consistent, right? They just work in the daytime, don't work in the nighttime. But if you get enough power stored up in the daytime, you are fine throughout the rest of the night. That's why I like to go for a big solar panel and a big battery right off the bat, just to make sure that we're good to go. Alright, and then in this processing plant, we are going to put one bioplastic processor and then one metal processor. That way, we have everything we technically need to get started on the creation of materials, both metal and bioplastic. Which I think is quite nice. Let me go to some base management stuff. Yep, we have 3 workers, 2 biologists, 1 engineer, 1 medic, no guards. And that's fine for right now. Engineers are not needed for a little while. So next, we don't really need a factory right now. Multi-domes, whatever, bars, whatever. Storage is probably going to be our next sort of, our next building that we go for. Just because I want to get all this stuff out of the colony ship and put it into storage. So I think that's going to be our next sort of thing. Where's storage? I just had a storage. I'd like to not put it, like, all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to have to walk all the way through and around. So I might even add an airlock. I think I might do that. So let's put... We're going to put it right here for right now, I think. And then let's put an airlock. We'll put one right here for right now. And then we'll delete it after this is done. We'll recycle it. But I just want the storage so we can get all the stuff out of this colony ship, because you can actually recycle the colony ship and it gives you metal and bioplastic. So it's not actually a good idea to keep it there forever, because you get free stuff from it and you can't reuse the colony ship. But when this stuff that's in the colony ship is laying outside, the elements, like the wind and sun and everything else, can damage the goods. So you don't want them just laying there. So you need to figure out an alternative before that happens. So as you see right here, we have a new resource, 2 new resources, 3 new resources we developed. Vegetables we get from there, which you put in here in the meal makers, and you can make food, or which you obviously get from mining in the mine, and then starch, which we also get from these vegetable pads. And then when you put, ore in this metal processor, as you can see, and starch in the bioplastic processor, you can get both metal and bioplastics, which is quite cool. Like, we're actually low on metal right now, so I'm going to prioritize work in the processing plant, so the workers know to get in here and start making stuff, mainly making metal, so we can add this connection right here. Alright, now we can recycle the colony ship. That gave us a lot, as you can see, of metal and bioplastic. And people can get to work on bringing that all into storage. So, having said that, the next thing I think we want to get to work on is our power, right? So, I think maybe... I say we do a big battery. Like that. Biggest battery size we can. Just because then we can go through a full day and see how much energy our solar panels able to produce, and then we can go from there, see if we need new power facilities, new power making facilities. But as of right now, I'm liking how things are going. So yeah, the thing about colony sims or any type of sim game like this, like survival related sims, are there's sometimes a lot of just waiting around for stuff to happen. But also it's definitely a game in which you can fully get lost in what's going on. You know, like you can fully just be playing the game and look up and it's been hours. Happens to me in all sorts of Sims games, especially the Sims games, like Sims 3 is my favorite. Oh my god, I can play that game for forever and not even realize what I'm doing to myself. Power storage is low. Yep, that's something that I thought was going to be happening just because we've been adding so many different buildings and stuff, is that what we had before is simply not enough. And we might even need to, like, disable this structure, just to get through the night with enough power. But we shouldn't have this problem. I can turn these back on now. Come morning. Power storage is critical. That's fine. But as you see right here, the solar panel is turning, and we're going to get the power grid back online here in just a second. And everything will be great as soon as it... God, it'd take a while to rotate, man. Can you hurry it up? There you go. Okay, so it's not... It's not generating. There we go. Okay. I'm going to say, it's not generating as much as I'd like, but it is now. It definitely is now. Okay. Cool. So... we've got this kind of figured out. We've got stuff going. Let's keep going. So we have 2 biologists. I think we can low-key up the amount of stuff in here that we're doing. So I just want to make sure that we're not... I don't know. I don't know if this is a part of the game. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. But I don't like the fact that, like, I don't want to do another pea pad and rice pad because we already have those. I want some variety. So we're going to add potatoes and wheat. So we can still get some starches and we can get some more vegetables going. Because, I'm actually going to build this right now. We can make a landing pad right here. And that will allow us to have, we can have a bunch of different... we can have visitors, which we're not going to have right now. We can have extra colonists come in, which we might add. Or we can have trading ships come in, so we can trade some of our goods with them for some of their goods. I want that to happen. So my thought is if we can get a massive excess of vegetables and starch going, just a massive excess of it, we can turn around and sell that for other stuff. So I think that is something that I would want to do. So the biologist can go in there and make that happen. So it looks like we've got some, we're good on all of our stuff right now. Obviously, people are going to get hurt eventually, which means we're going to have to get a med bay, and these spares are going to go down eventually, so we got to start making those. But for right now, we're at a point in the game where we are pretty good. So once this landing pad is built, we figure that out. I think next day, like day 4 or whatever, the dawn of day 4, I will save this game and end it for the episode. It looks like this robot is starting to slow down, so an engineer is going to have to come and take a look at him eventually, or he might not make it. But we have the landing pad being built as we speak. Alright, we have landing permission for turning off colonists for now, only having traders. So, as you can see right here, you can change who you want to get in from here. The target that you have right here is not the percentage of the upcoming shipment of colonists that is that type. It's what percentage of the current colony do you want to be a certain specialization. So I'm going to, at least for right now, I only want workers and biologists. That's all I want. So I'm going to do a 55-45 split, and we're going to allow colonists, and traders can also come in as they please, and we can sell some stuff off to make, to trade for other stuff. We need somebody to take a look at this construction bot right here. CNT2. CNT, huh? Oh, see, look, he's maintaining this carrier robot right here. So that he's still good. But, so robots have a thing called integrity, which means even if they get fixed up, eventually they're not going to be usable anymore. I don't know if that can be fixed in the robotics lab or not. That's something, you know, I haven't gotten too far in this game. I've gotten far enough. What do we have here? A trading ship. Alrighty. We're touching down here, and we're going to see what they have in store for us. What type of trading ship do you have? A freelance industrial trader. So they have raw material, they have processed materials, spares, a gun, money. Colossal panel patent would be awesome, but it is a 400 value, and then with the 35% commission, which is actually pretty low in this game, we just don't have the value for it. So honestly, you just have to go. So you just have to go. We don't have the facilities to maintain something like that at this point in time. So I also think I'm gonna look, what is the biggest solar panel we can make? Right there. I want one of those. The biggest solar panel we can possibly make. It's gonna take a lot of what am I saying? Metal to do. So we might need to, the mine's going well. We need people on the metal processor though. What we need is some more colonists to come through. Some more workers would be great. We have 4 or 5 workers. Which, if that's the case, I think we add another bed, too. If we're going to be getting more colonists coming in, we're going to need another bed, you know? So we're making meals in here. So, a problem with meals is you can make meals with just vegetables or just meat, but it makes a basic meal, which is not good for happiness or like their nutrition, I think. So we're eventually going to want to get a lab going where we can grow meat, as weird as that is to say. You want to grow meat. But your biologists can take a look at that and have meat growing, and then that way you can have a more diverse diet, which is always a good thing. So this power is falling really fast and was not gaining that fast, so we could have some power issues tonight. That robot needs to have some work done on him, because he's currently just KO'd right there. So if we could have, oh, hold up, a colonist ship is here. Let's see who we got. I think we got one worker. So expansion was reached because we got new colonists to arrive at our base, which is lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, we're good now. We got it. Yep. New colonists have arrived. All right, let's take a look. Yes, we only got one to come in, which was a worker, which is good. I'm going to keep it open for now. I think 10 is kind of my max right now. If 10's my max, just throw 2 more bunks so that we can eventually have everybody sleeping if they want to. I'm also going to throw another water fountain. Alright. we can speed things back up again. Power storage is low, I understand. There we go. We only need 2 more pieces of metal, which we don't own currently, but we're making it. Oh, we have 1 piece of metal in the machine now. And then our worker's making the last piece that we need for it. But that will have to be made next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching the first episode of Planetbase. I don't know if you guys are going to enjoy this. You know, let me know if you do or don't. But, I mean, if you don't, probably don't let me know, because I'm not really gonna care. Like, if there's a bunch of people who do like it, and then one guy who's like, this series sucks, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, guys, gotta end it, because this one fucking guy was like, I don't like it, you know. You guys get it. So just let me know if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys either in the second episode of this series, if I want to, or in another video. Bye now.